Okay, London and New York session done. Took quite a few trades, so I'll get straight into it. London, I start at 2 p.m. Jakarta time. That's London Open. I took one trade on DE30, broke out above previous week high, broke out above the previous day high. We were below the previous month low, and we also are below the week breakout level. So both bearish and bullish setups are valid. But since most recent price action is bullish, I was looking for buy setups. But I don't want to buy from a high position. I want to buy from a low one. I prefer to sell from a high fake out and buy from a low fake out. So since we triggered the previous H8 high and we're above the previous day high, that's a breakout high, faking out the previous day high. We're above the breakout high, faking out a previous high. That's a breakout reversal setup. So I was looking to trade a breakout reversal setup, but since there's lots of bullish pressure, I definitely needed to see an M15 close to confirm it. So I waited for the M15 to close below the previous H8 high, and this was also below the H1 breakout level right here. And so what that does is this creates a peak formation on the H1 and turns the H1 from bullish to bearish once it gets below that breakout level. So once it got below that, I needed to see a fake out bar, a bearish fake out bar, which are these white bars. The white bars on my charts are fake out bars. Once I saw the fake out bar, then I decided to enter. I didn't enter so aggressive like this. I waited until price got below the M15 low. So once price got below that, I entered, targeted the previous day high. I got about 3R on this, not maybe like this. Probably entered after the daily open. So around 3R, I targeted the previous day high because that's the last bullish level. I don't assume that this will break. I just target that. So took 3R there. It was after my session, so I did not take this buy setup. And even if I did take it, news was like at 7:30 here, so there's no way I would have held for this long. I definitely would have just exited before news. So yeah, took one setup here, breakout reversal setup, 3R right down to previous day high. So after that in New York, first trade I took was on gold. So gold broke out, breakout day, and I was looking for a high of the day sell, a trend retracement setup. In Asia, I took this one, faked out the H4 high at the high of the day. I entered. Shortly after my video, price started to retrace back, and so I exited with a small loss here. Didn't take a full loss on it. Didn't like anything in London. It created a inside bar, and when there's an inside bar, I extend the previous bar's highs and lows, and I don't trade that until it gets to the edges. And didn't do that until after my session. So coming into the session, I still wanted to do the continuation of the breakout day, but it was above the day breakout low. I really needed price to get down below that. I've traded long enough to know that news is definitely going to bring that down. So waited until the price news dropped down and faked out the previous H8 high. And once it did that, I waited for a pullback to continue the move. So I was waiting for, on the M1, I'll look at these dotted lines here are the M5, previous M5 levels. So this is the M5 low, and then this is M5 high. So it faked out the high. I always trade a high fake out to go low and a low fake out to go high. So I entered like this. In New York, I trade aggressively, usually one bar stops, but this candle was way too small. So I did put my stop at the high of the structure, but I entered at the break of this candle, targeting the previous day low. So I took about 7R on this, so maybe a bit lower. Yeah, 7R on this first trade. Weekly and daily and monthly breakout levels were bullish, so I did not hold. I did not try to take longer. This is also the week breakout high level. I don't assume that these things will automatically break. Um, yeah, so I targeted straight there, and then after that, I saw that it had faked out the previous day low. Once it came back up, faked out the previous day low, and it's above a week breakout high, this level again. So we have a week breakout high, faking out the previous day low. When we are at a week breakout high and we fake out a previous low, that's a breakout continuation. So on the weekly, I have a breakout continuation setup. And so buys were valid also on the 4 hour created inside bar, last 4 hour of yesterday. And that creates a range high, range low. When you're in a range, I try not to trade. So the news candle touched the top of the range, dropped down, went all the way to the bottom of the range, came back in. So I had a lot of confluence to take this move back up. So after such a move, like it just faked out the previous week high and continued that move, it's really difficult to change your bias so quickly. So I did not take this first entry back in. After it started pulling back, I saw that it faked out I think I entered on the 2 minute on this one. I have another screen with all the time frames: 5 minute, 3 minute, 2 minute, 1 minute. So I have a quick look and see which time frame looks the best. So what I saw was the H1 low. This was a previous H1 low. Price came up, closed above right here, and then it pulled back and faked out the H1 low over here. And so once it came back in, I entered again, buy again, tight stop loss, and I targeted the day breakout low. So I picked up another 2.5 R on this move up. So yeah, picked up can't remember what 7 R on this one, and then 2.5 R on this move. Almost 10 R on gold today. Did not trade anything else on gold. So that was it. Those were my two trades on gold. I also traded NAS. NAS. It was at the New York Stock Exchange Open. I picked NAS to focus instead of DE30. I mean US30 because at the time US30 had already triggered the H8 high, and we were above it. There was lots of bullish pressure, so I was looking for a buy setup to take it up. And so I did want to trade NAS because it didn't trigger it yet, and I was looking for a breakout. Usually, I'd want to take a fake out to take it down, but in this case, because everything is bullish, you could see that 90.9% of my rules for a bullish setup um, are satisfied on this move. So there's no way I'm going to take any reversal if it's so high like that. Yeah, so I dropped down New York Stock Exchange Open, stuck between the H8 closing price, H8 direction, as well as the previous H8 high, and we also had the H1 high here as well. Good thing about my setups is that the market is fractal, so my setups work on every single time frame. So this is a breakout. We have a previous, instead of a previous H8 high breakout and a previous day high breakout, I'm looking at a previous H1 high breakout and a previous H8 high breakout. And so that's a breakout setup, but on the H8 time frame. Hope that makes sense. Basically, yeah, all my setups work on every single time frame. So I'm waiting for a fake out of a low. So how I enter on a breakout is I'm looking for a retracement after a previous uh, retracement buy after a previous low fake out. So once I got that low fake out, that was all I needed to enter. So I took this one again in New York. I trade aggressively. and I'm still in this. And a breakout, I'm holding until the M15 closes as a fake out. So I'm up about 5R. I'm going to be trailing. I'm going to be trailing this. And actually, no, I'm going to take partials because I'm about to go to bed. Yeah. So hold on. Where are we here? This is what? Some monthly level here. Oh yeah. Okay. Hold on a second. Gonna take partials on this. Okay, just took partials on NAS5R, and yeah, going to be holding this overnight, see where it goes. I took partials because it reached a level here. I'm not going to risk it reversing on me. Yeah, so that was my only trade on NAS5R, breakout setup on the H8. And then I took one on US30. US30. So NAS was in breakout US30. It ended up faking out the previous H8 high. So once that happens, that's a breakout reversal setup for me. But same thing like DE30, where I was unsure because there's lots of bullish pressure. I did want to see a bit more. And so I waited for the M15 to close, and then I dropped down to the M1 and was looking for a pullback to enter. So there was a entry here for me. It broke below the M15 low, and this is the M15 low breakout level. So when we're at an M15 low breakout low, I'm looking for a fake out of a high for a breakout continuation move. And so this fakes out the M5 high, came back down. I entered like this, and I ended up taking a stop loss on this. Maybe not the smartest thing to do, but it was a setup for me. Um, yeah, I'm not sure why I took that. Everything was bullish here. Not the best trade, but it did set up for me, and it's a valid setup. Just everything is bullish, and I have no real reason to sell this. I don't think. Yeah. So, anyways, took that. Not the best trade. So took one loss on this, and then after that, the M15 closed as an inside bar here. And so on an inside bar, once again, I extend the peaks of the previous bar, and I stayed out of it. So I did not take a re-entry on this. I stayed out until it got triggered, the range, and I was looking for another closure below the H8. Looking for a closure below the H8 level in order for me to take it again. And as you can see, it never got back below here. I have an alert here. I was waiting to take another sell. Probably saved me. And yeah, just continued up. So did not enter there. And it seems like we're in a range here again. What's this? H1 range. Yeah, so we have another range here, fake out, bearish fake out, bullish fake out. That's when we have two fake out bars in a row, that creates a range for me. So no trades on US30. Yeah. Yeah, so I took one loss on US30, and that was it. I did not trade anything else. Yeah, so London took one trade, breakout reversal in London. Took high of the day down to the previous day low, and then I took a breakout continuation on the weekly back up to the day breakout level. Took a breakout trade here, took partials at the month direction, trailing my stops now, trailing my runners, I mean, and then took one loss on US30, and that's it. Did not trade oil. Thinking I might like just drop oil. I don't seem to really be liking how it's moving. Yeah, it's breakout. So I was looking for sells. Yeah, I did not see anything. Oh no, actually I did see something, uh, but I wasn't able to enter. on the weekly. There was a, if I'm not mistaken, it was a really nice one. Yeah, so we had a breakout low over here on the week breakout low, breakout low. Um, so breakout reversal coming back out, false breakout, fake out retracement, and then so now it triggered the um, previous day low already, coming back up. So this is a fake out continuation move. So on my chart, have a breakout reversal, false breakout, fake out retracement up here, and then coming back down. This is a fake out continuation back up. Um, unfortunately, I wasn't able to find an entry, and in New York, I was busy with other things as well, gold and NAS. Let me see, how would I enter this one? Um, I mean, technically, it faked out a low over here, faked out the H1 low, but it's below the. Yeah. Anyways, I mean, basically, it was a bit hard. It's not the clearest one to trade, but the weekly setup was really nice. I did see that coming into New York, but uh, yeah, I wasn't focused on this. I mean, usually I'm looking at the M15 like this, and so the M15 itself doesn't look so nice compared to the others. The others I could clearly see my setups. This one was a bit murky for me. So did not trade oil, and that's it.